Hello everyone, here I will give detailed explanations on 2020 CSAT maths questions based on question paper series C. Let us begin with question number 8. Two statements S1 and S2 are given below with regard to four numbers P, Q, R and S followed by a question. Statement 1. R is greater than P as well as Q. Statement 2. S is not the largest one. Then question, among four numbers P, Q, R and S, which one is largest? Then, which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements and the question? So here we have to find which all statements are required to answer this question. So let us see the first statement. R is greater than P, Q. So from the first statement we cannot say which one is largest because there is one more number S. We don't know whether the S is largest or not. Then see the second statement. S is not the largest one. S is not the largest one. Among these three, R is the largest. Then it is said that among all these four, S is not the largest one. That means R is the largest one. So to answer this question, both statement 1 and statements 2 are required. So our answer is S1 and S2 together are sufficient to answer the question, but neither S1 alone nor S2 alone is sufficient. Two statements S1 and S2 are given below followed by a question. S1. N is a prime number. Statement 2. N leaves a remainder of 1 when divided by 4. Then question. If N is a unique natural number between 10 to 20, then what is N? So, just like earlier question, which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements and the question? We have to find which all statements are required to answer this question. So, first statement, N is a prime number. Then second statement, N leaves a remainder of 1 when divided by 4. So, between 10 to 20, how many such numbers are there? Between 10 to 20, prime numbers are 11, then 13, then 17, then 19. So these are the prime number between 10 and 20. So from the first statement we got this much. Then N leaves a remainder of 1 when divided by 4. So here we can see 13 divided by 4, we get remainder 1. And similarly 17 divided by 4, we get remainder 1. And here we get remainder equal to 3, 11 by 4. Here also we get remainder 3. So there are two numbers which satisfying the second statement. So we cannot find there are two values for this N. But here it is saying N is a unique natural number. So we have to find that unique number that we could not find with these two statements. So our answer is S1 and S2 together are not sufficient to answer this question. Question number 10. Two statements S1 and S2 are given below with regard to two numbers followed by a question. Statement 1. Their product is 21. Statement 2. Their sum is 10. Then question. What are the two numbers? So just like earlier question, which one of the following is correct in respect of the above statements and the question? S1 alone, here we have four options. So we have to find which all these statements are required to answer this question. First statement, their product is 21. So that X and Y, suppose X and Y are those two numbers, their product is 21. So here x and y can take infinite number of values. So from the first statement we cannot find what is the value of x and what is the value of y. Then second statement, their sum is 10. X plus y equal to 10. So by simplifying these two equations, we can find x1 and x2. Those are unique values for x and y. So we can say S1 and S2 together are sufficient to answer the question, but neither S1 alone nor S2 alone is sufficient to answer this question. Option C is our answer. Question number 17. How many zeros are there at the end of the following product? While multiplying with 60, there will be 1 0, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. All these numbers give 1 zeros each. So total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total 6 zeros will be there. Then while multiplying with 2 into 5, we get 10. So this also give zeros in the product. So how many such numbers are there in these numbers? Let us find. 20 we can write it as 2 into 10. Then 2 into this 15 we get 30. So 1 0. One more 0. Then 40 we can write it as 2 into 10. This 10 already counted. Here also this 10 also already counted. Then 2 into 35 70. 2 into 45 90. Then 60 we can write it as 2 into 3 into 10. So 2 into 55 110, give one more 0. So total number of zeros in the product of these numbers equal to 6 plus 4 10. Our answer is option A 10. Question number 18. Let x, y, z be a 3-digit number where x plus y plus z is not a multiple of 3. Then xyz plus yzx plus zxy is not divisible by. So here xyz is a 3-digit number. It's a 3-digit number. So a 3-digit number we can write it as xyz to 100x plus 10y plus z. Let us take another example, 123. To make it more clear, 123 we can write it as 1 into 100 plus 2 into 10 plus 3. The same way we wrote xyz as 100x plus 10y plus z. Here we get some 1 into 100 100 plus 20 plus 3 we get 123. That way we can write xyz as 100x plus 10y plus z. Then yzx yzx equal to 100y plus 100y plus 10z plus x zxy equal to 100z plus 10x plus y. By adding all these three, we get x plus xyz plus yzx plus zxy. By adding all these three, we get 100x plus x plus 10x, total 111x, plus 10y plus 100y plus y, we get 111y, plus 111z. Then take 111 outside. Z. So we get xyz, yzx, zxy equal to 111 into x plus y plus z. So let's see whether first option is divided by this sum or not. 3 is divided by this. X plus y plus z is not divided by 3, not exactly divided by 3. Then 111 divided by 3 equal to, in 11 there are 3, then 21, 7, 37, we get 37. So 111 we can write it as 3 into 37. Into 37 x plus y plus z. So this sum is divisible by 3, divisible by 37, and also divisible by x plus y plus z. So question was this is not divisible by, so our answer is B. Question number 19. Let P, Q, R and S be natural numbers such that P minus 2016 equal to Q plus 2017 equal to R minus 2018 equal to S plus 2019. Which one of the following is the largest natural number? So to compare this, first consider first two terms. P minus 2016 equal to Q plus 2017. Then rearranging this, Q plus 2017, I'm taking this 2016 into the other side, right side, then it becomes plus 2016. That means adding this much to this Q, it become equal to P. From here we can say P is greater than Q. Now let us consider the first and third term. P minus 2016 equal to R minus 2018. Then R equal to P minus 2016 plus 2018. 2018 minus 2016 we get plus 2. R is equal to P plus 2. Adding 2 to the P we get R. That means R is greater than P. And P is, we already got P is greater than Q. Now let us compare the first and last term. S plus 2019. P minus 2016 equal to here S plus 2019. Then P equal to S plus 2019 plus 2016. Adding this much to S, we get P. That means P is greater than S. So P also greater than S. So we have to find the largest. Largest is R. The largest natural number among this is R. Our answer is option C. Question number 20. How many 5-digit prime numbers can be obtained by using all the digits 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 without repetition of digits? By using all the 5 digits without repetition. So how many prime numbers can be obtained? So what is mean by a prime number? A prime number is a number which we can't represent as a multiple of two natural numbers, smaller natural number other than 1 and itself. So consider one example, 17. 17 we can write it as only a product of 1 and 17. We can't make this 17 as a product of any smaller natural number other than this 1 and 17. So that is a prime number. Now let us make one number with these 5 digits. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whether it is a prime number or not, just add all these numbers, we get 1 plus 2, 3, 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. By adding all these numbers, we get 15. In any number, if sum of its digits are a multiple of 3, then it is divisible by 3. That means whatever number we are making with these 5 numbers, it will be divisible by 3. So 3 is a product of 3 is a factor of any number we are making with these 5 numbers. So we cannot make a prime number using these 5 digits. So our answer is option A, 0. Question number 21. A man walks down the backside of his house straight 25 meters, then turns to the right and walks 50 meters again. Then he turns towards left and walks 25 meters. If his house faces to east, what is his direction from the starting point? So it is a problem on direction. So first we draw the directions: south, north, east, west. So his house is facing east, then back side of his house facing west. Then from back side he started moving straight 25 meters, then turn right and walks 50 meters, then turns left and walks 25 meters. Then his direction from the starting point, this is the starting point, and now he is here. From the starting point, his direction is this. This is northwest. So he is at the northwest direction from his starting point. Our answer is option D. Question number 22. Two statements are given and followed by two conclusions. Statements: all numbers are divisible by 2. All numbers are divisible by 3. Conclusion 1. All numbers are divisible by 6. All numbers are divisible by 4. Conclusion 2. Then which of the following conclusions logically follows or follow from the two given statements? Then here said that a set of numbers, all these numbers are divisible by 2. And also all these numbers are divisible by 3. That means all these numbers are multiple of its least common multiple. So what is the LCM of these two numbers? 2 and 3, it is 6. All these numbers are a multiple of 6. All these numbers are a multiple of 6. Then see first conclusion. All numbers are divisible by 6. Yes, all these numbers are multiple of 6. So all these numbers are divisible by 6. Conclusion 1 is true. Then conclusion 2. All numbers are divisible by 4. Take one example, 6 itself. 6 is not exactly divisible by 4. So conclusion 2 is not following. So our answer is Only conclusion 1 is true. Option. Question number 23. Two statements are given and followed by two conclusions. Statement 1, all cats are dogs. Then statement 2, all cats are black. Then conclusions, first one, all dogs are black. Second one, some dogs are not black. Which of the above conclusions logically follows from the two given statements, disregarding commonly known facts? That means here we have to take the given statements literally. All cats are dogs. So first one is all cats are dogs. So whatever cats are there, all these are dogs. Then all cats are black. All these cats are black. Then first conclusion is all dogs are black. All dogs are black. So here we have two chances. Suppose number of cats equal to number of dogs. Then this conclusion is true. All dogs are black because all cats are black. Then another thing is number of dogs is more than that of cat. Then we cannot make this conclusion because only those dogs which are cats are black. So first conclusion is not following. Now let us see the second conclusion. Some dogs are not black. If number of cats equal to number of dogs, or cats are black, that means all dogs are also black. Then we can't say some dogs are not black. Then in case if number of dogs are more than that of cats, then only those cats which are black are dogs. So some dogs are not black, we can say. So conclusion 2 also not following. Our answer is neither conclusion 1 nor conclusion 2 is following the statements. Question number 24. Consider the following sequence of numbers. How many odd numbers are followed by the odd number in the above sequence? How many odd numbers are followed by odd number? So first number 5, which is followed by 1. So that is the first number we are looking for. Then 7 is followed by 3. Then second one. 3 is followed by 9, third one. Then here it is fourth. Then here 3 followed by 1, it is fifth. Then 1 followed by 5, sixth. Then here only one odd number followed by even number. Here odd number followed by even number. Here also odd number followed by even number. So number of odd numbers followed by the odd number in the above sequence equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Our answer is option B,